What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I bring you the complete guide to building a gold inventory in CS2 that will include gloves, knives, and skins for every gun. Instead of the typical format, I will have all skins listed from cheapest to most expensive so you can decide yourself which skins you would want in your loadout. Prices were checked through CSFlow and Skinport, which I recommend using to get skins at their cheapest prices. As always, if you enjoy this type of content, consider subbing to the channel, and with that being said, let's get into the video. First up, let's talk about gloves, which are optional, but I would highly recommend Arid gloves to pair with your golden loadout, as it matches with just about every single skin on the list. Arids are quite expensive at $550 for field tested, but they are sports gloves and make a clean glove knife combo with the upcoming knives. Speaking of which, the knife selection for this loadout is massive because any knife in the game will work here. As long as the knife is case hardened, you can find a pattern that is primarily gold and rock it with Arids for an excellent yellow colored combo. This will give you plenty of options to pick from based on price and preference, and if you would like to see a gold gem knife guide, let me know in the comments down below. This also goes for skins as well. You can use a gold gem on case hardened guns such as a 5.7 or AK, but these were honorable mentions since both of these guns had other options available at cheaper prices. Kicking things off, we have the MP7 Sunbaked, which is the cheapest skin on the list at 5 cents. You will need to get it in battle scarred to give it the gold color, and while this gold texture is quite dark and leans a bit towards bronze, it still makes for an excellent budget option for this gun. The Neev was limited to a single skin, and that was the Man of War at 20 cents for minimal wear. While the base color is navy blue, we have gold burning accents throughout the body of the gun that also gives us great crafting options with gold stickers. I've gotta say, the sawed-off Yorick got an amazing upgrade in CS2, with the gold and black colors receiving a glossy texture, and the overall look of the skin is absolutely worth the 40-cent price tag in factory new. We actually have two sawed-off skins back to back in the budget section, with the Highwayman also featuring a black and gold color scheme and a reflective coat. Costing $1.40 in minimal wear, you can get a full black sawed-off with gold engravings throughout the body. Similar to the MP7, the AWP Black Naya also gains a gold color in battle scarred. It's the best budget AWP in terms of having a gold color and will cost $1.90 in battle scarred. The price to performance of this skin is crazy considering it's on the AWP. There was no better option than Royal Consorts on the dualies. With its detailed 3D mapping and gold slides, I think this is the best dual Beretta skin in the game, coming in at $250 for factory new. On the G3 SG1, I chose High Seas, and while the skin doesn't have a shiny texture to it, the color matched enough to land it on the list. Featuring lots of gold highlights throughout the gun, this was the only G3 skin that could work with this loadout. Let's talk about the brass skins, with the PP Bison having the cheapest one at $3. While they are called brass, I think the yellow color and shine definitely makes these skins look nearly identical to gold, and I would also recommend looking for patterns with no dark spots to make the skin look even more golden. Since it's in the name, I had to go with gold bismuth for the UMP45. The 3D mapping here is perfect, and the white to black gradient really lets the square patterns and gold plated center stand out while using this skin in game. For the R8, I went with the Llama Cannon, which starts turning gray and gold when it gets to battle scarred. The engravings are pretty low key, but this is still a great skin to pick up at the $4 price point. Next up, at $6, we have the AUG Stymphalion. Overall, it's a great skin, from the Roman art style to the black and gold color scheme, and it also has a nice shine to it at certain angles as well. At the same price point, we also have the P2000 Scorpion. It's a pretty basic skin with a scorpion drawing on the handle, but what made it fit into the loadout was the shiny orange slide that closely resembles gold when held in bright lighting. The first covert skin on our list is the Victoria, which is surprisingly cheap at $6.50 for minimal wear. The 3D mapping on this skin is wonderful, and the gold accents give off a royal look, which is also why this skin landed on this list. Starlight Protector is another cheap red in CS2, and you can pick this up for $7.50 in minimal wear. While the base color is white, this skin has a ton of gold on it, from the star decals and outlines to the entire sight rail being covered in a shiny gold texture. My favorite skin on the list is Copper Galaxy because it looks absolutely amazing and costs $8 in factory new. The gold color definitely has an orange tint to it, but nonetheless, this thing looks incredible in game and was the absolute best choice for the 5.7. One of the newer skins on the list is Scarabrush on the P90, costing $8 in minimal wear. Typically with skins from the Anubis collection, there will always be some amount of gold on it, and this applies here since this gun features a golden barrel, mag, handle, and stock. Soxbite is a personal skin I use because black on gold looks amazing, but more importantly, it has a shiny texture on it and a decent price of $8.50 in minimal wear. You can probably guess that this is also from the Anubis collection as well. While the Legion of Anubis is a matte skin, the main color present is gold, so I did want to include it on the list. The normal maps here are very nice, with the scales towards the back having a great 3D effect to it, and you can pick this up for $9.50 in minimal wear. The second brass skin on the list is Tech 9 with a price of $10 in minimal wear. Not much is to be said here, just make sure you get a good pattern and it will look excellent in game. The commemoration was an obvious choice for the FAMAS. I mean, the entire gun is made out of gold, and considering it's a covert skin from the Wildfire case, the $11 price tag at minimal wear is a pretty good deal. For the USPS, there was really one option, so I went with the Trader. While the base color is red, the snake drawing itself is gold, and it actually features the same engravings and royal patterns that you see on the Empress. You can get this in field tested for $11 due to its patina finish. Moving up to $25, you can get this Mag 7 chainmail in factory new. The whole top part of the gun is one giant piece of gold, and the chainmail pattern at the bottom also has a nice shine to it as well. For the M4, I went with Coalition. We have another skin that has a black on gold design, so it of course looks excellent, but the massive amount of patterns overlaid here makes this gun stand out even among the best M4s. While factory new costs over $300, you could actually get this in field tested for $25 flat. I've made plenty of videos discussing how good the Empress is, but the reason I included it on the list was the patina based finish, which is very bright, and the numerous gold patterns and outlines throughout the skin. You could get this for $25 in field tested. Next up, we have the Op Man of War costing $32 in minimal wear. While the skin matches the loadout in terms of color, I recommend putting some stickers on it to fill out the empty parts of this gun, and make it look a little bit better as well. The third brass skin on the list is Glock 18, though it is way more expensive than the previous two, coming in at $36 for minimal wear. It's very easy to find a good pattern here due to the fact that the Glock is such a small gun, and it also looks good with gold stickers applied to the handle. At the $50 price point, you could get an M4A1S Golden Coil, which is a must-have for yellow and gold inventories. The art features a snake on a black background, and multiple parts of the gun are covered in snake scales that have a bright golden color to it. Overall, it's a wonderful skin that I recommend in field-tested condition. The Mag 10 was also an obvious choice because we have a skin that is literally one giant piece of gold, and that of course is the gold brick. For $55, you could get this in factory new and run around with a block of gold as your gun, which is also ridiculously shiny as well. Moving on, we have the Desert Eagle Pilot in field tested at $60, and it's pretty expensive for how minimal this skin is. It's pretty much a stocked eagle with some gold accents and a leather grip, but I know lots of people enjoy OEM Plus skins, so I decided to include it for that reason. On the P250, I went with Apep's Curse, and I would have gone with something cheaper if this wasn't the only option. Costing $64 in minimal wear, it's a very expensive gun, but it has the most realistic looking gold texture out of any gun in CS2, which secured it a spot within this loadout. Golden Koi is still broken right now and looks completely washed out, but I hope that it might get fixed, which is why it made it on the list. In CSGO, it was a fully golden deagle that looked great in game, and currently sits at a price of $82 in minimal wear. Cracking the $100 price point, we have the Scar 20 Brass in factory new. It's the same thing as with all the other brass skins, but this one is highly dependent on the pattern, so definitely look for a cleaner pattern with less dark spots. IF Oris is up next, and in terms of being a covert red from a collection, the $440 price point at minimal wear is not as bad as I was expecting it to be. Featuring gold just about everywhere on the skin with red and blue highlights, this M4 was a perfect addition to this loadout. My favorite out of all the high tier skins on this list is the Knight, which costs $2,800 in factory new. This skin is perfect in my opinion, with its base black color and gold highlights on the buffer tube and barrel. Since the main body is black, you can apply all sorts of gold stickers to make an amazing craft on this gun. The final op skin on the list will be the Prince, coming in at $3,600 in factory new. The gold color here is much darker than most skins, but it still certainly fits the loadout and looks absolutely royal with its gold and red design. The most expensive skin on this list is none other than the AK-47 Gold Arabesque. Coming in at $3,900 for factory new, it's ridiculously expensive and is a skin that you can build a whole inventory around. With its high rarity and crazy design, this is pretty much the king of gold skins in CS2. Lastly, let's talk about the 6 guns that didn't have a gold skin and their best alternatives in regards to price and color. For the XM, I chose Tech Blue Burner, costing $2 in minimal wear. The skin has an orange and yellow gradient that closely resembles a gold color in darker lighting. The M249 had the matte colored impact drill, which does have yellow on the barrel and mag of the gun. Pretty cheap pickup at $220 in minimal wear. The MP5 SD is incredibly limited on skins in general, so I chose Acid Wash because of its bronze highlights and the cheap price of $250 in factory new. I heavily considered putting Big Iron on the list, but it's not really gold, so I put it as a secondary option for those looking for a yellow skin on the SSG. It will cost $10 in minimal wear. The Galil only had one yellow skin, so I went with Chatterbox here. It's float capped, so you will have to get this in well worn at $14, which is a bit expensive, but it really was the only option. And finally, we have the SG, and I would like to mention that you can get Colony 4 for around $10 as a backup, but ultimately, Bulldozer was a better option due to its all yellow design, with the biggest downside being the $120 price tag at factory new. So, here's my guide to building an all-gold loadout in CS2. If you would like to see more of these videos, make sure to hit the like button and let me know in the comments which loadout I should create next. I want to thank everyone who watches my videos and supports the channel. I read all the comments and really appreciate the feedback y'all send my way. Have a great day everyone, and see you in the next one. Peace out.